Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Saki Does Stuff Toys and Collectibles. Last time we looked at this here, we unboxed the Eternia playset for the Origins collection. And as you will see, I went ahead and opened up the pack with the stickers and the instructions in it, and I did spend the time to put all the stickers on. And I would say this was the hardest one to get all the stickers on, especially these ones inside here. And those actually went on fairly decent, but yeah, a lot of stickers to put on there. Got the council there, and the gauges, whatnot. And then the motorized portion of it. The prisoner transport vehicle. That one had a couple of these on the bottom, right there and there. The gun and base, the turret or whatever for the central tower. Like so. And of course you got the floors. That one. This one here is those. And then the chair has some stickers on it. And I will say, when I saw all the stickers that had to be put on, I was nervous because I'm not that great with stickers. And they're not perfect by any means. I got some of them that are a little off, but for the most part, they're in the right spot. And that was the computer monitor. Right there. Had some stickers on it. And these here with the pegs for the feet. I thought these were going to be extremely difficult, but if you when you peel them off, they have the holes in there for the pegs. If you just line that up right and then line these, it goes on really, really easy. So I was impressed with that. And inside the base there, where it's got the, I'm going to put the vehicles over here out of the way so they're, because we're going to assemble this thing tonight. And put all my vehicles over here. Just wanted to show them after they got their stickers on. And that will go there because we're going to need it. The back of the tower has those there. Those are easy enough to put on. I found out what this says. Now the original it was smaller. It had a weapons rack. And it looks like that's what this is. And it actually goes into this portion of the central tower. It's got these little pegs there, and I'll have to look at the instructions to see which way is the right way to put it, but it just plugs into there. Then you put your weapons on there that it came with. So mystery solved on that one. And what else do we need to do here? Showed the floors. There is some stickers on a little wood grain one here. And I believe the original was wood grain too, like that. Has this here, and this one that wraps around. This one was actually easier than I thought it was. If you just line it up here, and then kind of just fold it around, as long as you got this part straight, it just wrapped around there. And of course you got this kind of almost looks like hieroglyphics or something like that sticker there. So maybe that's what I was remembering from the vintage one. So that's that. No stickers for the Gray Skull Tower or the Viper Tower, and that's the way the original one was. let's put this over here. Got our lion's head. We got Modi hanging out in the front here on the base. Modi. Love it. We'll put you over here, buddy. But there's also, let's bring the base forward because that's the first part we're going to assemble here. But underneath this griffin here, there's a, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a sticker in here that was a spider and a spider web. So that goes on like that. And yeah, I took my time on them. Like I said, they're not perfect, but I'm not a professional at doing stickers anyway, but I ended up being very happy with the way they turned out. A little stressful in the beginning, but once you get like 10 of them on, then it's like, hey, this is kind of fun. Actually, I really enjoyed it, but it did take me, about an hour and 40 minutes is what I clocked myself at. But that was, like I said, take your time on them, and they're not so bad. But I will make sure I'm in the camera shot here. Here's the instructions for the Eternia. And this side here was where I started. It showed all the parts, and then it showed where all the stickers go. Like so. We are going to be working, we're going to drop that right on the floor is what we're going to do. And have it upside down. That's what happened, and it folded over. Wow, I'm just like on point tonight. But anyways, this is what we're going to start with, the central tower. And the other part of the instructions here is toward the end. It shows you how to put the monorail and everything on. But we need to get the, that's the instruction sheet. If you want to take a look at it, you can pause the video for looking at it in further detail. But we need the base, and it looks like we're just going to go ahead and turn it like they got. Turn this around like so. And then it looks like we need to lay that down and fasten all the screws, it says. But we do need to make sure that this is all in the right position. That should be the neutral position right there, so this should be where it needs to be. I'm going to turn it upside down to make sure though. Looks like it's got the jaw. Jaw's supposed to be all the way up. I think so. Let's see if it fits on. Should just settle on the base there. Ooh, nice tight fit. Very nice fit, actually. I'm just going to give it a test here. Make sure that's working before I screw it down. And it seems to be working really well. Awesome. So I need to find the bag with the screws in it. This is the one with the weapons. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I missed a couple things when we opened this box here. The one here. I got to looking and I was like, oh, I don't remember seeing the ladder. Well, the ladder was in here, along with the flags. So let's just pull this stuff out so you can get a better look at it. There's the ram's head ladder. And on my original one, I remember one of these. I can't remember if it was one of the, I think it was in the middle of the ladder somewhere. One of the rungs broke. But then you also have these flags, which were actually stickers that you wrapped around the poles. And these are actually pegged in. I think the original ones had little bases that the pole plugged into, or maybe it was a one molded thing, and then it was kind of like clipped onto the I'll grab it here, I think they clipped onto the tower on the lip, if I remember right. These have their own pegged parts to put the flags on. They just peg right into the top, which is, it's kind of nice. I kind of like that. Then they won't pop out as easy, I don't think. But yeah, I wanted to show the ladder and the flags because I forgot to do so in the last video. I did not complete my unboxing. And the flags, like I said, they're not stickers. They're actual, like the Castle Grayskull Origins is cloth flags. Really cool. I love it. So that would be that. And there's our screws and chains. I kind of got everything all messed up here. Shield and whatnot. We'll put that off to the side. And we need to find our screws. I'm just going to go ahead and dump that actually. That bag's empty. And we need, which size screws? Because it looks like there's, no, I guess they are all the same size. I thought they were different sizes. So it looks like we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like 4 screws for that. I'm gonna move this back over here because we're not gonna need that for a while. I'll just put the instructions right there so you can kind of see it. There's our screws. I'm gonna go get the screwdriver here, and we will get this permanently attached. This is so exciting. It was kind of hard to not watch the unboxing video, and the excitement I had is continuing on from that because now it's actually coming together. So I'm going to turn this a little bit this way so I can see, and hopefully you guys can see something. But we're assembling Eternia here. Hopefully this will be, just need a shorter screwdriver, don't I? Hopefully this will work. I like how snug that fit. I'm just going to snug these up. They don't need to be. It's made of very nice plastic. But I also don't want to. I know I'm going to He-Man these screws down, break them, crack the playset. That would ruin my night. But I figured, as nerve-wracking as it was going back to the stickers when I was building, I debated on whether I wanted to just do the video with it and putting the stickers on, but that would have been a lot of fast forwarding people would have had to do. That, and I don't see that great anymore. I got glasses, obviously. You can see me in the video a little bit here and there. And I have a hard time seeing up close with my glasses on. I don't have the bifocals in these glasses. So I just take my glasses off and get my face up inside that this thing here. It was something else. Getting these stickers on was the most nerve-wracking part of it. But once they're all done, you get that sense of satisfaction that you got to do something with, other than just putting all the pieces together. You got to put the stickers on and make it your own there a little bit. And if they're, some of them are crooked, like I said, you gotta own it. which is, to me, it was fun. It was a lot funner than I thought it was going to be. So now that's the base screwed on. Now we need to get the top of the tower on, like so. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Not even fitting in the frame. So awesome. But that looks like it is going to get 4 screws as well. Nice. And then the lion head gets 3. Looks like. How many screws do I got here? Oh yeah, there's 3. I was gonna say, wow, I don't know if there's that many screws, but there is. 3, 4. And I actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left. So either something else needs screws other than this and the lion head, or they were nice enough to supply some extras for people like me that drop stuff and it gets lost. Either way. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 there. I'm gonna start with the middle. I don't think it really matters according to the instruction. It just says put the screws in. Like that. And I'll do the other side. Make sure that it's going in right. And I think, at least this one feels like it anyway. Oh, there it goes. I like a lot of plastic things. It's when you start threading it in, it actually creates the thread inside the hole, I think. Maybe. Maybe not. Just being careful not to over tighten. And have my screwdriver slip and put a big old scratch up the thing. That would be horrible. Okay. A little loose. We need to tighten it up a little bit. Yeah, it seems like if you start then go back to the, make sure they're all tight after that. I was a little scared on the first one, wasn't I? Had to retighten it. No big deals. And let's see. Looks like the holes for the lion's head are there. So let's get that out of the plastic and take a closer look at it, shall we? There we go. The lion's head. Oh, that is so neat. So I gotta hold that into place. Oh. Huh, look at that. That's neat. I don't remember that from the... Well, I guess, yeah, I'd have to attach somehow. Man, them eyes are cool. All right, let's get our other 3 screws out here. And we'll get the middle one tightened down first. Get it held into position really well. Gonna turn it this way a little bit, move the bridge so I don't crush it, because I don't think that it's rated for my weight. Oh, I gotta turn it around here just to show you quick. Instructions, you can go over here for now. I'm gonna spin this around just to show you this. It's got little square pegs to help hold it into position. That is neat. Spin it back around here. Got the line head, and I'm gonna move it a little closer to you here. It's hard to tell. There we go, that's a better view. You guys can see something here, guys and gals. Just push that into position there. Oh, that is coming together. Get this one going. Let's type for the top. And then, my knees are popping again. Better move this floor piece over here so I don't accidentally get it. And then these 2 are down in here. And I'm going to grab the lion's head for support here. Snug, very snug. This one isn't moving around. And this one right here, like so. Nice and snug up front. Let's check the top one again. Oh yeah, those are tight. I'm kind of shaking a little bit. So excited. And then, that is that for those. Now, it is showing us putting the computer monitor thing in. So what did I do with that? Right here. And that goes with the rounded part down in this corner like that. Yeah, your keyboard there, that makes a lot of sense. Looks like it just plugs in there. Squish it in like that. Nice and snug. Good deal. Then we need this rounded, this is the top, and that goes into here, like that. And I'll show on this one, it does have a square pegged part there that fits in, and this one, that one does not go there. That requires this one. But again, it has the square peg part there, and it slides into the track and snaps into place. That one had a better snap than this one. But yeah, it's as you can see, I'm pulling on the floors. They're snapped in. And then this floor goes in here. Like that. Oh, that is awesome. I'm going to move this all the way ahead so that when we put the elevator shaft in, it does not get... Well, actually, we need to pull it out and put this weapons rack in first, they're saying. I should probably listen to the instruction manual. They are there for a purpose. But I'm so excited, I just want to start putting things into place. Looks like the thicker part goes to the top on that right there. Like so. And we'll just do, whoop, maybe we'll do this. Maybe I should have put this in before the floor. This part of the floor. I guess it works like that. There, and then there's two on top. Like that. That is cool. And then you stick your weapons on there according to the instructions. Now they have us putting on the Horde Trooper deal on the... They are showing the seat swung out like this and the Horde Trooper facing out as well. So I'm going to face it to me so I can get this halfway straight. And we have it like that. Perfect. Now we have to do the elevator shaft. So I can put my screwdriver away there for a bit. Now let's get the elevator shaft. The wheel crank goes on the bottom. Just get it all the way to the bottom here, shall we? And looks like gotta go up and then lock into place. At the bottom, you heard the snap like that. That's locked into place, and then you lock in each floor. There's that floor, and this floor. It already is right there. And there we have it. Elevator itself goes on next. We'll take our elevator. It's got the two pegs. It's got the two holes. And we need to just snap it into place. Like that. And let's give it a test run, shall we? Going up. Let's get the... I see that if you... I remember that in the other one too, I think. If you have the seat facing this way and you try to crank the elevator up, you're going to have a little bit of a collision there. So we're going to have to move this. I'm going to move this into position at the computer board so that we can go all the way up to this floor. And then to this floor. And that's topping it out right there. But that is the elevator. Face it this way a little bit and let's give it a... Let's go down. That floor. Ground floor. All right. And that is it. I'll face it this way so you can see the other side here. From that direction. Got your seat. Bring it out there. Swivel it whatever way you want. The Horde Trooper does a little dance as it goes around with it. And that is that. And I think I mentioned it in the last one. And I actually watched somebody else's video to see this happen. These floors have these holes in here at these different points. And that is for your ram's head ladder. You can put it in any of these positions that you want. To display it. I kind of like the side. Actually, I like this one the best, you know, because it rests against this one. And then you don't got to worry about it wiggling around or breaking the tips of your ram's horns on it. But when I was a kid, I don't know if the original one has those or not. When I was a kid, let's turn this around so you can see the lion head. I always put them in the window. You had to kind of, that's how I did mine. I don't know if there's a right or wrong way, but it's whatever way you want to do it. But there we have it, and show the action feature here working. We don't have the arms on yet, but as you can see, this is everything seems to be working fine there with that feature. So now where are we at? We got that all done. It's showing to put the it's actually showing to put the flags on and the arms and everything, and then put your gun turret on the top of it. Where's the arms instruction? There it is. This one right here. They got it going after that. Oh, before I put they give you some Masters of the Universe stickers extra that you can just kind of do whatever with. I like that one. That's neat. But just some extra stickers after they were put on. So now we need the blue ones for Central Tower. And before I put the arms on, I think we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one goes to the back for 5. But I would like to get the arms on first. And we got our 2 arms here, and they should just plug in pretty much like this. Oh, good snap. Good snap. Good snap. All right, now we'll get the full effect. We gotta do this thing. Look at that stuff. Now this is different. The original one, you see the palms are down on this Origins one. The original one, they were just like this, if I remember right. And then when you hit the nub on the side, it would just kind of cross like this inside, if I remember right. And then the jaw, I don't remember if the jaw went down with it. I think it did, just like this one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it did. I think so. You know how it is with memory. You think you remember, but then you find out, oh, no, that's not how it worked. But anyways, yeah, these actually rotate. I think that is a really cool feature they put on there. That is, I never get enough of that, I don't think. That is so cool. But that is neat. So, the arms are on. I think I'll get my ladder out of the way here before I break it. It'll be a very sad day. But I'm going to sneak in this way since my arm was probably covering the majority of that. And we'll just give you a visual there of the action feature. Works great. And then, of course, this feature that they added. I think that is neat. I don't remember the original trapdoor or the drawbridge being spring-loaded. I thought it just lifted up and down. I may be wrong. I'll have to see when I get it. Get it back from my brother. He's got all our toys from when we were a kid. Yeah, now we need to put the arms on. I'm going to leave the flags off until we get the and just snap in like that. There. And this one goes at the bottom in the back. Right. No, right there. Like that. Excuse my creaky floor. My house is an older house. That. And one more like this. And that is Central Tower. Minus the flags and the gun turret part. I'm going to move the instructions back over here. We are going to slide this back. And we need to assemble Gray Skull Tower, which shouldn't be too hard. This ended up that it was the base. And this should be this is where it connects to the Central Tower like so. Like that. Is that even in the shot? Yeah, it is. But that's going to go like that. But we need it here so that we can assemble it. And we'll go around this way. Because I'm sure everybody would love to see my pajama pants. I like to be comfortable, what can I say? But this, yeah, just locks into place basically. Bring it down over the base as so, and it just says it clicks into place. And just to show you here, I'm going to flip this way. It's got this cutout here. It's got these little grooves here. You can't mess it up. I like that. I really like that. Fits like a puzzle. But I'm thinking I gotta spread this, if I remember right. There we go. Yes. Good snap. And then let's see how the gate works. Yep, that was the problem with the binding before. Nice and free. That makes me happy. So, the only other thing we need to do to that is put the arms on, huh? Yep. So that one special arm, which is this one, and these arms face going upwards like this. These kind of rounded and down, and it kind of holds it hanging like this, but these actually go upwards and then just kind of straight. And this one here with the mechanism to hold this little spiky ball and chain part goes in the front. Got a click there. I'll just spin it around and let you see the full effect. They all go up, right? Yep. Making sure. There's that one. And then this one. And this one's a little lower. Like that. And then, just to demonstrate this a little bit, I think this is supposed to go over here. This is how I did it anyway. And then the tracks here. And then when the car goes around, I think it comes around the castle this way, goes around, and then comes around here, goes around here. And no, I'm totally wrong about that. That is not how it goes. Is that how it goes? It's been so many years. I thought the ball... yeah, I'll have to remember how to do the chain. Because that should be pretty much all the way up on it. and it does its thing, I would think. Maybe that's how you do it, and then when it comes around it hits the chain. I wouldn't think it'd hit the chain and go down. Or maybe it does. Yeah, like I said, I'll have to look at it. I thought there was a certain way that you... Oh, there's a deal in the back here. It's got this little loop here. That means something. Now I'm curious. Is there a picture that shows how to properly do this drawbridge? Oh, they basically did it like I did it, except I didn't have it in the loop in the back. And then they have the ball resting on the monorail. So they got it going like this. Looping like this. In the picture. It's not very up though. And then they got it over here. They got it like this, and then they got the ball resting on the monorail. Is how they got it in the instruction. And then when the tram comes over the monorail, it trips that and then activates it. That's how they got it in the instruction. Picture anyway, right? Where'd you go? Right here in the bottom left corner there. That's how they got that. But, you know, wherever it works. However I do it, I just want to make sure that it's not going to get caught in the motorized part as it's going around. I think you're safe as long as it doesn't do that, but that's how the instructions show. But anyways, I'm going to kind of just loop it over here, and we are going to put it in its place. Like so. We're going to have to bring everything forward again. Like that. And Viper Tower time. Close-up shot. Alright, so I know the hole goes in the back. That's how it did on the original one. So the first thing we need to do here on this one is put the snake on. Now we got it on already. Gonna make sure there's not a special direction it needs to be at. It does not seem to have any certain position it needs to be in. So we'll just go ahead and snap that on like that. I'm gonna turn it around. They have the bottom of the snake deal there, and that goes in the bottom of this. And I'm going to put that in. That just locks into place like that. And then when you pull down on it, the serpent strikes. In case you missed it in the other video. That's a neat, because the original one just spun around. And to add that it makes it 100 times better to me. Now these, they're kind of like the Grayskull one. They go up, and they're kind of shaped like a serpent. But they have the hooks on here, along with the hooks there, for the chains to connect to. So let's go ahead and get that on. Snap that one on. Snap this one on. Ooh, that one's got a really good snap. And then it's facing the right direction now. We need this one. And this one here. And I don't know if I showed it, but they do have a notch here so that you can't put them on upside down. I don't know that I noticed that on the other ones, but does the other ones have it? It's Gray Skull. Yeah, it looks like they do. Oh no, I guess you could put it upside down, I guess. It's got it on both sides. You can't put them on sideways. But anyways, let's get the chains on it. I like the fact that they used, well, the original one had metal chains. I was going to do all the accessories last, but kind of want to do the I don't remember it hitting on the side though. Are the chains different lengths? I should look at that. Yep, they are different lengths. Good to know. Check that out. So we got to get those right. Looks like we got, well, actually, those two look the same. And then these two, that one's longer. That's the shortest one. Hook each end of the chains to their tower according to the chain length shown. Got everything in the millimeters. But it looks like the these are 133 millimeter, or 5 and, it does say 5¼ inches, right below it. Those go on the two sides, it's saying. Huh? No, I don't believe it. Yeah, I believe it here. That one and that one. So you must get a smaller chain. And then you two get the larger chains. This is the second largest chain, which goes to here and here. Yeah, I think I did have that on the right spot. And this one goes here, like that. And we have chains. So that is the Serpent Tower. Hook that up, and now we need to build the monorail, I think. So I will get that one set up. That'll go on here, like so. I'm gonna face it. There we go. Get a cool angle for you. Turn the page. And then we got this. Shows how to put the three towers together, which we have right before our eyes here. And looks like all the tracks are labeled A's and B's. Oh, there we go. Got a nice top view of where everything goes together like that. So basically, the central tower gets B's, and the Gray Skull and Viper Tower get A's. A tracks. And I think I noticed, yeah, they got them stamped. AA on the bottom of the monorail, so these are A's. Some more A's. More A's. That's an A. extra screws. And then we got the B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 B's. Is that right? 1, 2, 5 B's. So let's go ahead and start with the central tower. And we will just snap them together like so. I'm going to get the instructions out of the way. And we'll just kind of build it as we go around here. Those two go in this position like that, according to that. And then it looks like this one, looks like an A needs to go to there. So these two are the B's. And it looks like an A needs to start going, doing the figure 8 on there. So I'm going to do that. Same with the other side, that should get an A going this direction. And that's going to be the back part. And then for the front, I think the best way to do this is going to be, it looks like Viper Towers goes over on top and then under for the Gray Skull Tower. Okay, so with that in that position, I'm going to go ahead and go back here and put this back here, I think. Like so. Don't know that I want to. Is that was not there, that was not there. Trying to think what would be the best way to do it. If I should snap it onto the tree as I go. Or the supports, I mean. I'm probably going to get in the way a lot here. This is the most delicate portion. I think I could. Let's move this before I break it. My weapons, that would be a sad night. So it looks like this should go like this. So I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and snap it in to these like this. This one goes here and this one goes here. Like that. And they say that those are A's, and that should only be 3 more, because I already got one of the A's on. Then it goes back to a B. So let's go ahead. Let's get this on, maybe. Yeah, I think this is an easier way to build it. I was thinking of doing the whole track and then trying to lift it all, but I don't know that that would have been a good idea. We'll just build as we go here. That. Wow, we already have that. This is going pretty fast, actually. So now, according to the directions, we need some more B's. We can actually connect all the B's, I think. It's always nerve-wracking when it's like that. This one's already locked into place, so oh, we're gonna want to be underneath here though, because this should actually, that locks in there. This will lock into here. Uh-oh. I oopsed. Now let's see if I can take the oh, I messed up. I think you can just yeah, I wasn't thinking. I should have had this under here before snapping this on. There we go. Ever so gently. There we go. Oh my goodness. I must admit that made my heart pound a little bit. Okay, I was going to try to take this off, and then I used my head and decided just to try to snap it off there. I was worried about that ball joint, but it popped off, so I think we're safe. Now the rest of them are A's. And the little drama with the Eternia playset tonight. What do they call that? Self-caused drama, anyway. There we go. But I think this was I'm happy that I did it this way and not I was gonna put the whole track together and try to lift it up. I don't think that would have been a good idea. Now, just get this connected first. I'll move this over, and there we have it. Look at that. The monorail is up. So awesome. Let's bend this up a little bit. There you go. That's a better view. Maybe. Let's raise the stand up a little bit. Yeah, even my camera stand's making some poppy noises. How about that? That looks like a lot better shot. So now, what we have left is basically just put your cars together. Now they got the jetpack, they're saying now, and this is something, I wonder if the original one did this or not. I don't know. I never even thought to do that. But you can take the prison troop there, the jetpack attaches to the sky cage, I guess they call it. I call it the prison car. But it's, yeah, it does. Right? Is that the way it's supposed to go? Yeah. Oh no, never mind. There is this actually slides off this part, I think, if you go the right way. And I'm scared to do it. But it looks like from there, this is supposed to come off. Is that right? Or no? Maybe I'm just full of it. Maybe I had it right the first time, where it just you just slide that in there like that, and it's supposed to be like that. Maybe. More than likely. Yeah, new feature there. I don't know if the old one, maybe the old one did that. Never would have thought of it though. And as a kid, I never would have read the instructions either. That's why I'm pretty sure my dad put mine together when I was a kid. Otherwise, it would not have turned out like this. But you can see as an adult, I almost messed it up right there. But let's, then of course you got your ladder that goes in the back there. You can put in, there's a little slot back there for that. Let's go ahead and put the flags on. And I don't have a battery, but I'll post a video of the monorail going later on. I didn't even think to get a battery and put in the thing for now, but I think I'll get some of my Origins figures and kind of get them all into position and whatnot and give the full effect, and then the car going around the monorail I think would be the final piece. So we will get, now let's put our little missiles in there too. Let's see that actually. Which direction do these go? Make sure I don't put them in there and then they're stuck forever. They don't really give you a close-up, do they? I would think they'd have to go in a certain way. Is that showing the... Because they got these little cutouts in it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're T-shaped. They only go in one way. Like that and like that. See if they work. You bet. That is awesome. Yeah, I don't remember the original one having that. I'm pretty sure I would have spent half the day just shooting Skeletor with them or something. We'll just put that up on top there. Yeah, and the flags, how do these go? Looks like the small one in front. And this big. They actually have it spun like that. And then they have the flag going like that. And then they have this one going like this. And then the purpley one going this way like that. I don't know that I'm going to get them off there. Them snapped on really well. And then, just to say we did, we are going to put our good friend Modi, who's missing one of his pupils. Oh, I don't think it has got a ball joint there on the waist. But we're going to put Modi here on this peg here because he does have the holes on his feet. He is just gonna chill out right there for now. And there we have it. Like I said, I'll get some figures around there. We'll get Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain off to the side, each side of it, and get the full effect. But yeah, pretty decent sized playset. And the room doesn't look huge, but it's probably, I guess this direction it is a smaller room in the house. So it's probably only about 7 feet wide. Gives you an idea of the length of the playset anyway. But there we go. We assembled the Masters of the Universe Eternia before we go. It did come with a mini comic here, which I flipped through. It was really cool comic going with it that they put in there. But I am, all in all, I will say I'm very, very happy with this purchase. It was a lot of money, but like I said, this here is a huge part of my childhood. To see them recreate this for the Origins line, it made my decade, let me tell you. I couldn't have been more excited and I did not get the King Grayskull. I did not have I had to save up for it, so I was kind of lucky to get this actually. Through Mattel Creations, I ended up being able to save the money up to get it right at the tail end of the countdown, I remember. So almost missed out on it, and yeah, I am not I'm not disappointed at all in the quality of the product. The product looks and feels great, but I am not regretting the purchase, even though it was expensive. It's one of the memories that to be able to relive that part of my childhood again, the joy that I had when I had this, to have it again with a new playset. I don't know how to describe it, honestly. And Modi, come on now. Modi was awesome. So I did not get in on it with the King Grayskull, so I will not have that. I'm hearing stories of that going for ridiculous prices on the aftermarket. So more than likely we'll not ever have that character. I wish I could have got it. Looks like a really cool character. But it's one of those things you got to be realistic too. And I didn't have the funds during that early backer stage, but luckily I was able to afford it in the tail end of it and actually got it, and not sorry that I did. It's awesome, and I think it's going to look great once I get my Origins and my vintage stuff all together. So yes, this was a good night. Anyways, I think we'll wrap this video up, and like I said, I'll get some figures. We'll get those big boxes. I'm going to do an not unboxing. These are all these boxes over here are my Masters of the Universe Classics collection. I didn't get on that when they had them with the Matty Collector, and then the Super 7 ended up doing it. So I ended up getting them in the later years, and boy, those were not cheap figures either. But yeah, after they started doing Origins, I was like, I quit collecting those. I didn't buy any more. It's not that I'm done. I'll still collect more eventually, but they're going to have to be bargains before I buy any more of those. I want to get through the Origins. So now I'm just rambling, but I'll do another video of the monorail, the car going around the monorail and everything like that. And that is Saki's Motu Origins Eternia. Hope you enjoyed. And the trip, like I did, it's amazing. I'm very happy with it. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.